All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Happy Monday to everyone. So before I get into what's all going to be happening today on the stream, I want to remind everyone that Gunforged is available for sale now. It's my first real commercial release as a full-time indie developer. It's a 2D roguelite shooter with a heavy emphasis on goofiness. So if you're interested, there's a demo you can try, and you can also purchase it. You can also get it at a discount if you purchase it as part of a bundle, so it's a combined discount. And that's a great way to support me, and if you do play it, please consider leaving a review. You can also support me by purchasing one of my Udemy courses. This is the 2D Survivor style course. It's got good ratings, lots of students, and it's I think it's a good resource if you want to learn how to build games in the Godot engine. So those things are all linked in the description below. I appreciate all the support. And of course, you can also support by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, doing all that good stuff. And before I get into what we're going to be doing in the stream today, you'll notice that there's a pinned message in the chat with a Google form. I'm going to be starting a Godot code review series on the channel, and that form is how I'm collecting candidates for the video. So basically the format is going to be, I'm going to choose one project, I'm going to dedicate a 10 to 20 minute video on that project, and specifically going over areas of the code base. I'm going to be looking at things that are done well. I'm going to be looking at the architecture, I'm going to be looking at the design of the scenes, and then I'll be diving into individual scripts as well and pointing out things that are good or could be improved. And I may even rewrite things for educational purposes. So basically just going to approach your projects that you submit as I would if I was, handling my own project and talking about it as like, here's what could be done better and so on and so forth. So if you're interested, you could submit your Godot projects there and you will be a candidate for a video. And so what are we going to be doing on the stream? So basically going to be working on... Sorry, the cat is making noise. Basically going to be working on the shop for this. Necromancy card, auto battler, collectible, inventory management, roguelike thing. I know that's way too many keywords, but... So yeah, we're going to be working on the shop. There's still a lot of work to do, so that's probably going to take the bulk of the stream, if not the entire stream. So that's what we're going to be doing, and let's get right into it. Let's see, am I missing some chats here? Oh no. Wait, why am I not allowed to do this? Oh, here we go. Luca says, yup, welcome back, Luca. Always good to see you. Hello, K Clouds. We got a busy chat today. Hello, everyone. Kinyaz, good to see you again. Welcome back. Craig, always good to see you as well. Hello, Polaris. Hope you have a good day as well. Adam, good to see you. I'm just going to say good to see you to everyone. What is this code review? New ideas for some videos? Yeah, so I just, yeah, that I guess that's an old comment. What's the form about? Yep. He's going to review your code, suggest, yep. Hello, Lukey. Welcome back. It's going well. How are you doing? Marcos, good to see you. Listening with no audio because forgot AirPods at school. Oh. Wait, how are you listening with no audio? Anyway. Is it a one-time thing or are you making a series? Well, I'm hoping that it can be a series. That it's a video that I can do, every so often. I think, getting the first couple of entries, I've got like a couple of responses already to the form, but I think once I start publishing videos, it's going to be a lot more popular. So it's going to be, I'm anticipating that's actually going to be very hard to choose which project to feature. But yeah, I'm hoping to make it kind of like a mini series. I'll do a couple of quote unquote episodes and then we'll see how it goes. And I have a feeling that may end up being a very successful series. And so I may just continue doing it as like a staple of this channel, but we'll see. I'll do one video, see how it performs, and then we'll go from there. I feel like I need to actually add stuff to my game before I'm ready for a code review. Yeah, not necessarily, because I think it would be useful for the series to show projects in different stages of development, right? So if you're just getting started and struggling to figure out how to like do the architecture for a turn-based game, that might be an interesting educational episode. But then if there's like a game that's closer to completion, but there's just like something missing, or like there's a nasty bug, or there's just like a spaghetti mess, that would be interesting to see, like, okay, how do you how do you improve code that is, you know, closer to completion? I think that would be useful too. So yeah, I'm accepting projects at all stages of development. Obviously, you know, don't send me an empty project, but you know, you could have like something that's white boxed with like a basic architecture in place, and that might be interesting. But yeah, almost getting all achievements in Madness 8. Oh, very nice. 12 out of 13 now in Madness 8. Thank you, Marcos. That Madness is the end game system for Gunforged, by the way. Hello, Damien. Welcome back. All right. Alrighty. So, the shop. So let me show you what I have for the shop so far. I haven't really done much work on it since, I think, Saturday's stream. I've had, you know, the way I would phrase the past week is, what a year this week has been. So, haven't been able to focus so much on this, but here's the shop right now. So we've got a little trader guy, and he offers some cards here. I don't think that these are going to be exclusively cards. I do want to work on an artifact system, which is going to be the system wherein you can like acquire inventory or acquire items that change something about how the game plays. You know, like a typical, you think like Slay the Spire, how you get items, like you get cards and you get those items. I don't know what they're called in Slay the Spire. Are they called artifacts in Slay the Spire? I might not want to use the same name if they're also called artifacts there, but it's going to be that system. So maybe he can offer artifacts for sale as well as cards. And Relic in Slay the Spire. Okay, thank you, Ajama. Thank you. The cat, yeah, the cat I had to take the cat to the emergency vet yesterday. That was a whole thing. It was yeah, it was like 6 hours of my day. Anyway, so let's see. So yeah, so what I want to do, what I'm kind of working on is I needed a back button for the shop so you can exit the encounter. So that's what this little signpost is here that you can click. And then what I'm also going to be working on is I have here, there's a mortar and pestle here. And is it pestle or pestle? I don't know. I've heard it said both ways. Mortar and pestle here. And this is going to be like, you can purchase an alchemy encounter. So if you were to buy this or like rent the alchemy station from this guy, then you can alchemize cards during the shop encounter by spending some currency. And then of course I can have an upgrade one and so on and so forth. So have these items strewn about over here, and then on the rug there's 2 spaces here that I want to use for items, but I don't know exactly what's going to be here yet. Maybe this could be the place for relics or other useful things, or it could just be, well, it can't really be cards because the cards would be potentially too big. But yeah, that's kind of what we got going on with the shop here. Best passive is Gym Rat, save me loot situations. Oh yeah, save me a lot of situations. Yeah, I think that's what you meant. I'm not trying to troll, but I can't tell if those are bags, hanging shelves, or like price tags. Yeah, they're supposed to be price tags, but I think I need to revisit how the price tags work or look, I mean. So we'll see. We will see. Okay. You know, at this point with so many games, I almost want a standardized name. I think Relic is a fine name if it's on theme for the game. I would use Relic. The problem is I already have cards in the game that have Relic tags. So Relic is one of the tags that cards can have. I think, yeah, this one is a Relic here. So I can't use that again because that's already a keyword in the game. Of course, I could change this if I wanted to, but I think Relic probably works better for the the cards. So there's a lot to do here. I don't like this UI either, so that needs to change. Anyway, so yeah, the main focus of the game is just building out more content and doing the visuals and stuff. So first up, let's get this mortar and pestle working. So here, let's just get this saved out. I might as well just fill this in. Fill that in, outline it. Oh, this is already outlined. Let's get rid of this. Outline it. Cool. Duplicate. Mortar, pestle, outline. Okay. Then we'll take the white, do this twice, and then we're going to select that, delete that, and now we've got our outline. So let's get rid of this. Mortar, pestle. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rename this Alchemy. I'm gonna make it share a name with the event so that it's more standardized. Alchemy export. Alchemy outline. Boom. Alrighty. So those are in place now. This is going to be a little bit tricky because I'm probably going to want to randomly generate the encounter types. Or maybe I'll just make them permanent fixtures and I can worry about randomizing them later. So I've basically got 3 encounters that would be nice to purchase at the shop. I've got Alchemy, I've got the card upgrade, and I also have the enchantment system, which doesn't have its own art yet. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. This is going to be a little bit complex, actually. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit complex, actually. Okay, well, anyway, let's just go ahead and add a control node for the alchemy. And then let's go ahead and take these things, move them in there. Okay, like I said, I don't like using the automatic centering, but I guess this is probably redundant. All right, so how big is this? That is 27 by 26. Okay, so now we've got the alchemy container here. I'm just going to put this, it doesn't need to be perfect with how I've got it in here, but we'll see. So I guess it's kind of aligned to this edge here. So I'll at least do that because I think that looks nice. Did I already align it to the edge? Okay, perfect. So we'll get rid of the alchemy outline. This could get very messy, but one thing at a time, I suppose. How far is this? 35. So it's kind of annoying because I have to keep manually updating these boundaries so that this shop container needs to have a boundary that wraps all of the visuals here so that when it gets added to the sort of a UI in the game it's centered nice. All the elements are centered. So there's our alchemy. And let's get the mouse events working here. So node private control alchemy. There's too many tabs. Okay. So alchemy here. Alchemy dot mouse entered plus equals on alchemy mouse entered exited on alchemy GUI input. I don't know why it's automatically doing modulate stuff, but that's okay. Alchemy dot, oh, I need to alchemy outline. Node private sprite 2D alchemy outline. I wonder if maybe it would be better to just use a shader here. Oh well, too late. Alchemy outline visible equals true. Alchemy outline dot visible equals false. One thing that I want to do too in the ready is just do this. Sign outline dot visible equals false. Visible equals false. So yeah, this is not going to do anything right now, but let's just see how it looks. I really hate the exit sign. Man, Kinyas, you hate a lot about this game. Very passionate about this game. I guess that's good. I guess I should be flattered by that. But if you have a better suggestion for how I can exit the encounter, I'm open to that. You still don't like those graves, yeah. We got some various opinions in the chat here. Googled it and it pronounced pestle, not pestle. Oh, okay, interesting. It's actually both. Oh, interesting. Okay, pestle sounds better to me, so I'll say that. Thank you, Snupbill, for the IDR 20,000 with the message Yummers. Very much appreciate that. We all look forward to that Yummers message. So thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. Somebody is heading to my... Okay, I'm gonna... In a couple minutes, I'll go have to answer the door, but that's all right. I really like the pestle sprite. Well, thank you. I'm glad that there's something that you enjoy here. Decided to lurk today and just see what I can learn from your coding. Well, welcome back, Aniran. Always good to see you. So we got the mortar and pestle here. Cool. So the problem here is, though, that I don't think players are going to know what this does. So I might need to add some text when you hover over this. It just says Alchemy Station. I also need a price there as well. I still don't know. My original intent was to use the 4 humors as currencies. So the 4 humors from the humorism, which is like a kind of like an ancient way of doing medicine, I guess you could say. The 4 humors being blood, black bile, yellow bile, and phlegm. So I thought that would be interesting to make those all of the currencies. But the problem is, I don't have a use yet for multiple currencies. So I'm kind of like, I have a system in mind that I don't actually know what it's going to be used for. So what I'm actually very tempted to do is just change to a typical gold currency, and then have like the humors be one merged currency that could be like a meta currency or something. But like I said, I don't really know how that's all going to work out. So I don't know. Kind of stumped there. My friend had a kind of a good idea, which was you could have the 4 humors, but they could operate as different denominations of the same currency. So, you know how in some games you've got like copper, silver, gold, and then platinum, and those are different denominations of the same currency, right? So 100 copper makes 1 silver, 100 silver makes 1 gold, 100 gold or 10 gold or whatever makes 1 platinum. So I could do the same with the humors. The problem with that's interesting. The problem, though, is that I'm not sure that that's going to be intuitive to players because, like, first of all, humors is not something that's terribly common knowledge. and then also making that a system where some humors combine into other humors. I don't know if I'm going to be able to communicate that to the player effectively. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I need to figure out still. Goodness gracious. What made you stick to C# some time ago? I think you said the next thing would be using GDScript. I thought about it, yeah. I mean, yeah, the problem is I just have so much tooling already in place for C#, and I also just, I've come to rely too much on the structure that C# gives me. So I think it's just, I might as well just stick with what I'm comfortable and proficient with. But yeah. How is the cat? He's doing all right. I had to take him to the emergency vet yesterday to get his nausea under control. He had a bunch of diagnostics done. Long story short, he's fine, except for the vomiting, but there's no like obstructions or anything. There's no deeper medical issues. So it's just a matter of trying to keep his nausea down with meds so that he can actually eat. 4 types of money seems like that's an idea that needs some development. Typical roguelike has in, run, and meta. You need to design a different system or invent 2 new currencies. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of the problem that I'm having right now. What I like about Gunforged actually is Gunforged has 1 currency, and it's gold. And that currency is used both for in-run upgrades as well as the meta upgrades. So while you're playing the game, there's kind of this tension that exists, which is, do I want to spend my gold to make my current run more powerful, or do I want to save my gold so that I can invest in the meta upgrades outside of the run? I really, really like that, because I don't think that's something that many roguelikes do, and I think it actually worked pretty well as a system. I liked the tension. I liked how you had to think about your meta progression while you were inside of a run, because typically the meta progression currency in roguelikes, it's just something that you passively collect by playing the game, and so the amount of meta currency that you end up with is basically very tightly coupled to how many runs you do. Whereas in Gunforged, you could have a run where you just loot an inordinate amount of gold. And that one run, if you saved all that gold, could be used to get a lot of meta upgrades, right? Or you could spend all your gold during a run and come out with basically no potential for meta upgrades. So I really like that system. I'm kind of tempted to do that again for this game. But I can also see the argument for separating the currencies so that players are free to just like spend all their money during a run and not worry about having to manage that. So there's pros and cons to both, and maybe I can do a mixture of that too. It'd be kind of funny actually if there was like an investment mechanic where you could like early in the game you could get like a bank or something. You put your money in the bank and then you get interest on it, and so like later on the bank event will appear again and you could either withdraw your money with interest or save it, and then whatever money you have invested in the bank could go into your meta currency pool at the end. I don't know, that'd be kind of cool. But anyway, let's focus on the task at hand first. But basically all of that was a tangent to say I need to put a price on this Alchemy. Sounds like a cool passive idea. What does? I said a lot there, so I'm not sure what specifically you're referring to. Some type of investment play style. Okay, yeah, I got you. I think, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity. Like, I just love the theme of this game and how it's shaping up, and like, I just think there's a lot of room to do a lot of cool stuff here. It's actually kind of terrifying, if I'm being honest. But anyway. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to save this, or center this rather. Not save. Center. How does that look in game, just out of curiosity? I should probably put some effort into making this scene runnable standalone as well. Put a little bit more space. Let's see, what happens if I just run this like this? Is that gonna work? Okay, yeah, it basically works. I just don't see any shop items here, but yeah, that basically works. So I'll shift it over by 100 pixels in both directions. Oh, that might be too much, actually. Yeah, actually, what I'll do is I'll just do vector2.right times 100. Okay, so this will be a little bit quicker to test now. Excellent, all right. Okay, so now we can see this. So I think it is important to have the cost label around stuff that is hoverable, because I don't know if without the label, if players are going to know that they can click on this, but I think that's okay. So obviously there's a lot of functionality that needs to happen here. Maybe I should start working on that, actually. So currently there's no... Yeah, shoot. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Create test data. Private void create test data. Position plus equals vector2.right. Set shelf options. Card stats dot. How do I do this? New card stats. Card registry dot base card from ID. Card ID dot skeleton. And we'll just do this a bunch, I suppose. There's no argument is... Oh, it's required? Why is that required? I guess that makes sense. I should figure out a different way of handling that. I basically have to mark whether a card that gets created is owned by the player or not. And I do that with a constructor argument. It's not ideal, but that's okay. That's all right. Signal, public, delegate, void, finished, event, handler, shop, event, state machine. We need to handle that. So shop container dot finished plus equals on shop finished, void on shop finished, state machine dot change state to state cleanup, emit signal finished, queue free, shop container queue free. Okay, and then the shop container, accept event, emit signal finished. Okay. We just make sure that much works at least. Like you get a little less currency and at a certain point you get it all back with interest. Yeah, I think that is interesting. Let me write that down before I forget. Ideas. Bank event to invest currency and retrieve later with interest. Okay. Alrighty. So if I click this, boom, we're done with that event. Cool. All right, so that works great. That works great. So now this is going to be the tricky part. I need to be able to spawn an alchemy event, but as a sub-event of the shop. I don't want the shop event to end when you're doing the alchemy. So this is going to be very, very tricky, I think. Let me think of what the appropriate way to do this is. So the typical way that the alchemy is spawned in the run manager is when I enter an event here, if the event is an alchemy event, it creates that new alchemy event state machine. Now I wonder, it may be possible to just spawn this as a sub-event of the shop. Alchemy event state machine. So all of the logic that I need for the alchemy to work is in here. Is in this alchemy event state machine. So in theory, what I can do, as long as I pass in the proper context, in theory, what I can do is just create this alchemy event state machine whenever I want. It doesn't necessarily have to be created by the run manager here. So this would actually be a sub-event of the type shop. Now the thing that I want to avoid though is duplicating a bunch of this event logic just for the shop state machine here. I may have to do that though. Let's see. Enter state event. Am I using this forced event type anywhere? No, I'm just going to get rid of this. So I basically want this chunk of code in the shop. This has the potential to get very messy. Very messy indeed. So what I'm debating is, do I want to add... No, I probably don't want to add anything to the run manager. Anything that manages like sub-events probably shouldn't be added to the run manager. The run manager should just manage the top level events. And then if an event generates a sub-event under it, then I think that should be handled by the top level event. So enter state event. So maybe I'll just copy this, selected event type. Let's go to my shop event state machine. Put that in here. Delegate void event type purchased event handler. Event type. So when we click on the alchemy here, emit signal event type purchased, event type.alchemy. Okay, we'll go back to the shop event state machine here. Private void enter state event purchased. Event type. No, that's not right. Switch selected event type case event type.alchemy. Event state machine is equal to new alchemy. Event state machine, I can pass in the context because I already have that there. Break. If event state machine is not equal to null, event state machine use of unassigned. What am I doing in the run manager here? Oh, is somebody coming to my door? Hold on a second. All right, BRB, 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. You could take some inspiration from Path of Exile with the Nameless Seer, a random encounter, and he offers valuable cards that can only be obtained from him. Did I get the game wrong? Path of, or is it Pillars of Eternity? What is PoE? Come here. Come here, cat. A random encounter. Pretty nice thrill when you encounter him in the map. It could be silly, something a 5% chance to encounter on a run. Is that, wait, there's something similar to Slay the Spire, right? Like where you can bank a card and then it gets more powerful later on. Are you still developing Gunforged? No, not actively. No, I think, I mean, yeah, the game just didn't have enough popularity to justify me spending more development time on it. So, if for some reason it starts ballooning in popularity, I will definitely consider returning to it. Or maybe, you know, it might make the subject of a good YouTube video to just like do a minor like content update. But anyway, I love the theme and aesthetics. You could have HP be blood, one of the 4 humors. Maybe sometimes you can pay with HP. Ooh, that is a good idea. Paying with HP. Just write that down in my giant ideas column here. Hello, Arion. Welcome back. Have you ever had to work on a company that on the contract they want part in anything that you create? Yeah, that has been in the majority of my contracts, but my understanding is that that's not really that enforceable. I think the reason for those kinds of clauses is they don't want you to create something that's very similar to the product that whatever company you're working on or working at is creating. They don't want you to like take their idea and make something that competes with them directly. So if it comes to something like, you know, you work for a SaaS company and then you make video games on the side, I very much doubt that they would have any legitimate claim to that work unless you used company resources to do it. So what I make sure to do is just like, I make sure that I'm using a different GitHub account that's not connected to my work account for my personal work. I make sure to do all my personal work on my own equipment. So I never put my personal projects on the company laptop at all, period. And I don't put any company work on my desktop. So I just make sure to keep it like nice and cleanly separated and don't work on it during like normal work hours. And I think, you know, you'll probably be fine. Like I don't think companies are interested in going after your indie game when they're like, you know, doing web design, right? But, you know, obviously, I just hate this cliche. I'm not a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. You know I'm not a lawyer. I'm doing a game development stream. That's just my opinion. Anyway, Path of Exile. The Nameless Seer was an NPC you could encounter in a map, and you were only allowed to take 1 item from his inventory for free. Oh, right. Path of Exile 2, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think that's reasonable. You know, if you're being paid to do work 40 hours a week, you really shouldn't be doing your own work during that time. You know, I think that's just fair. Makes sense. Now I'm more calm. Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, obviously make your own judgment there, but hello, Pedro. Just found your channel. Great content. Will buy your game soon as well. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, also this is a good time to remind everyone, since we've got some new viewers in here, there's a pinned message that contains a link to a Google form. That form is to collect candidates for doing a code review, Godot project code review on this channel. So if you have a Godot project that you want me to potentially look at and do a review video where I go over your project, make notes of things that are done well, make notes of things that are done poorly. I might restructure scenes or rewrite portions of the code for educational purposes. So if you're interested in having your video potentially showcased, fill out that form with a link to your Godot project, and you may appear in a video in the future. Hello, Neozoid. Welcome back. All right, so now I need to figure out what's going on here. So this event state machine, add child, yeah. So I want this. Add child event state machine dot finished. So let's do this. How's that working here? On event state machine finished. Oh, it frees itself when it's finished. Okay. Interesting. So basically what I'd want to do is here to do animate shop out, add the alchemy, to do animate shop in. So what I'll do for now is I'll do visible, shop container dot visible equals false. Shop container dot visible equals true. I think this will work. Only one way to find out. The project must be finished. Oh no, you can submit your project whatever state of development it's in. So if you want to submit a project that you just started and you have questions about like how to architect the code, that's a good candidate. You can also send me projects that are closer to completion, especially if there's like a area of the code base that you'd like to see how it could be improved. So any project at any stage of development, as long as it's a Godot project, obviously. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, am I not connecting to the event type purchased? I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's how I need to do it. Okay, let's try this again. How many projects per video are you going to make and how much time you're going to dedicate? So I don't know how much time I'm going to dedicate to each project, but I'm going to do one project per video. So basically, like if I cover your project, I will, you can let me know in the form how you want to be credited and if you want your stuff to be shouted out. But each video is going to be dedicated to one project. And then each video is probably going to take, it's probably going to be 10 or 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes of runtime. But how much time I invest into making the video is going to be a function of like, I guess, how complex the project is. Because if the project is bigger, I'm going to have to like, there's going to be more places for me to look at and wrap my head around like what's all happening and all that stuff. But if the project is smaller, then I may be able to just, do a very quick review. So what sort of projects do you want to review? Anything. Obviously, I'm not as experienced with 3D, so I'll probably be less eager to look at a 3D project, especially if it's related to like visuals or something. But that doesn't mean I won't review a 3D project. It's just that's not so much in my wheelhouse. Object reference not set to an instance of object. Oh. So state event purchased. Got to add these to the state machine. Subbed, love to see how it goes. Thank you. Sharkistus. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I hope that I hope that that series ends up being useful. Still an issue. Why is this an issue? Object reference not set to an instance of object. The problem is this is all in callables here, so I don't know exactly where the issue is. So obviously it's getting handled here. Oh, state event purchased. That's what it needs to be. All right. Bam. All right, so now we're in Alchemy here. Let's just alchemize it. Let's make sure that this works as expected. And then we're back to the shop. So obviously I probably want to disable this after you do it the first time. So the simple way that I'll do that is we'll just turn it to false here. I got to do a ton of animation work on this. Is a very complicated screen. Very complicated screen indeed. So do some alchemy. Okay, so now that's no longer there. Perfect. Can exit. Sweet. That seems to be working great. So we want to do the same thing now for the upgrade, for the card upgrade. Wow, this is going to be a very complex screen. Add alchemy to shop. All right, let's do the upgrade. Why am I in the fonts directory? Assets UI card upgrade. So this is what our card upgrade looks like. Do I want to just make a smaller anvil in here? What do I want to do? Could maybe just do a hammer. Maybe like a hammer and tongs or something. Let's see. So a hammer and tongs, what would blacksmith tongs look like? Not bad, I guess. So I'm thinking maybe if I take these tongs. Yeah, put them behind maybe. Or maybe I can just rotate them. Oops. Yeah, I probably still want to put them behind or something like that. Okay. I think... Wait a minute. I mean, it's fine. Upgrade tongs. We'll put this behind. What are you talking about? Put this back here, kind of. That'll probably work. If I take this upgrade now and do an outline, that will help. And then, how did I do the hammer here? Oh, I see. Actually, I don't know if I want to do that. I want to probably make the light look like it's coming more at the top. I think that'll work. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, I actually don't know. Oh, that looks kind of good, actually. Just playing around with the shading, you know me. That'll work. I've also... Well, let me think. That will work, I think. Getting too fancy with it. Let's just deal with that for now. We'll just deal with that for now. I'm gonna color the rest of these here. I think that looks decent. I don't know. Why not make it more expensive? The pestle. I could do that. I mean, one thing at a time, right? The gameplay considerations can come later. Mostly just interested in making it functional right now. But the question of like how many times you can use it or how expensive it is, I'll figure those out later. Reviewing people's projects sounds fun. I wonder if I should submit mine. You should. You should. Do it. You know you want to. But yeah, I think with regards to being able to use these multiple times, I could definitely see there being a artifact that enables you to use the merchant events multiple times. So I definitely want to explore that idea. That's just not something that I want to worry about just yet. Like I said, we're just primarily concerned with making it work at the moment. Maybe let them sit under the hammer. I think that's what I'm doing. Welcome back, OF Sayu, by the way. How do you decide the sizes and everything you draw when you work in a single canvas? Are you constrained to 32 by 32 or is it more freestyled for the hammer, tong, etc.? Yeah, for this game, I'm definitely doing it more freestyle. I have a fixed canvas size, 640 by 360. And the reason I have all of this reference stuff in here is so I can see the proportionality of everything. So like how much space does a card take up? How much space does inventory take up? And then I can kind of gauge too how much space I have over here on this side of the screen. And that's kind of like, and then I just go into like a freestyle from that. I just try to make everything look proportional and not take up too much space. So yeah, that's basically it. Now, I do want to add enchanting too, but the problem is with enchanting is I don't have any art for that yet, so I actually don't know what I'd be using for that. But in any case, super helpful. Never thought about that. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, it definitely helps. If I'm doing a more tile-based game, like Gunforge was tile-based, it was a lot easier to just say, okay, well, you know, 32 by 32 is like roughly my tile size, or not roughly, that is my tile size. And so I can kind of just like gauge the size of entities based on how many tiles they occupy, like visually. But with this game, since it's not explicitly tile-based, it just makes more sense to just have the entire game screen in context. So, okay. What am I doing? So let's take these upgrade tongs. So I need to do this. Yeah. Upgrade tongs, upgrade. There we go. upgrade.png. Duplicate, merge this down, select that. Why is this not working? Oh. Okay, so we got the upgrade highlight now. Okay, so now we basically got to do the whole thing over again. I'll just duplicate this. Oh my gosh. Cat. All right. Are you okay? All right, so upgrade. Put this here. Ugh. Oh wait, did that work? Oh, nice. Can I just drag? You can just drag textures onto the sprite and it changes them? Oh, nice. I guess I didn't know that. Anyway. I'm gonna just change this offset. Actually, I guess I'll make it more visually. I guess I'll make it more centered here. Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be rotating these sprites. I guess I don't really need to do this, but it's whatever. $34 by 28, or is that right? 28, yeah. So 34 in the X, 28 in the Y. And then we can take this upgrade outline here. What? How did I do this before? Do I need to make it like 1513? Is that what I need to do? Nope. 1715? Right, okay, there we go. This is very odd. I'm just kind of like manually positioning UI elements. Anyway. Okay, so we've got the upgrade now. Now these are very similar, so probably would make these the same scene at some point. But let's just get it working, and then I'll figure out what to do with it later. Okay, so I just copied all the alchemy stuff. I think that'll be fine, actually. Upgrade outline to visible. Yeah, so then when I select it in this shop event state machine here, what I need to do is case event type dot card upgrade. I think that should just work. Maybe. I think that'll work. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. Is pixel art the only sort of game art you are interested in? I guess obviously it's the simplest to learn for any devs, but something like Sierra 7 art is also easy and looks so good. I don't know what Sierra 7 art is. Yeah, I guess I don't know. A quick Google search wasn't helpful. But yeah, I mean, pixel art, it's just easier for me to create. It takes less time. And I'm not an artist by nature, so I just try to pick an art style that I felt like I could learn within a reasonable time period. And so that's why I'm kind of doing pixel art. I mean, I'm not ruling out that I'll move to other styles in the future, but pixel art is just what I'm most proficient with and allows me to make my games the quickest. So that's why I chose it. Sweet, and we got the upgrade here. Can I actually upgrade anything? I can't. So I do need to have some conditional logic here so it won't show the upgrade screen if you can't upgrade. Also, being able to back out of upgrade would be nice. Hello, Dusty. Welcome back. Good to see you again. It's an indie game. Well, all I got was like mobile games when I looked it up. Sierra 7 indie game. Is that what it is? It's a tactical shooter? Anyway, yeah. That's why I use pixel art. Thank you, Zane. Animation on the health liquid thing is mint. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm happy with how that turned out, for sure. Lots of trial and error on that one. I initially tried to use a particle system and it wasn't working. Wasn't looking good. So I need a way... Yeah, so there's a couple of considerations to be made. Also, why is this not aligned? I might fix that. Is that gonna break something? Did I break something? I think there's a good possibility that I broke something here. Oh, maybe the animation player. Oh, let's see. Nope, it seems to be good. Sorry, I think I just messed something up here. Okay. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, cat? Okay. Okay. Of course, I don't have any opportunities to actually upgrade. Oh, let's see. Here we go. Oh, wait. I don't think that's going to work either. I don't think this works if I put both of these in here. So, definitely need some better UX on the upgrading here. I gotta figure that out, I guess. Well, let's just fix it as easily as possible for now, just to test it. Its art managed to be simplistic and realistic at the same time. It's a mobile game. Gotcha, okay. Lone Wolf and similar games were developed by the team. Yeah, I might experiment with other styles in the future for sure. So yeah, this shouldn't output to... Okay. Card upgrade shouldn't output 2 cards. I'll just label that as a bug. And I need a way of backing out of encounters, but I've already got that written down. I don't want... I don't think I want to show the upgrade option as a purchasable option if you don't have cards that can be upgraded. Or maybe I can just leave it there and let the player make the mistake of wasting their money. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that for now. Because it's also probable that, or possible that you'll have a card in the shop that you can purchase that will make you have cards that you can upgrade. Because the way the upgrade system works is you need to put 2 cards of the same base type. Oh, wait. No, this isn't a bug. This is intentional. So you put 2 cards of the same base type into the upgrade board, and then it increases the tier of both cards, but you can only choose one. And the reason why that works that way is because you might have alchemized a card. So you might have a skeleton warrior that is doing fire damage because it has some kind of alchemy system in place, or it's been alchemized. And so what the upgrade does is it upgrades both cards so you can choose which card you want as the output. And then, but you only get to choose one. So that means that your alchemy will be preserved when you upgrade a card, but since it requires 2 input cards, it doesn't necessarily know which card you want to keep. So that's why it gives you both options. So I think the fact that I'm confused about that means that I need to communicate that more clearly. There's a lot of work to do. Anyway, this is working, so I'm gonna say that that's fine. Any ability to back out of the encounter is going to have to be handled within the shop scene itself. So this shop, or the upgrade scene, so this shop scene is kind of agnostic as to how these events resolve, and it'll be up to the events to implement some kind of back out functionality. I think that's also going to be more forgiving for the player. So when you're playing the game here and you get your event types, I want it to be so that if you go into the upgrade card, you go, whoops, I actually don't want to upgrade. You should be able to go back and then choose one of the other 2 options. I don't want the player to have an upgrade opportunity wasted because they clicked the wrong option, or they realize that, no, actually the other option would have been better. I think it'd be nice to just be forgiving and say, yeah, you can go back and choose one of the other ones if you want. But once you commit, like once I've done this, that's it. I've committed to that upgrade moment. So I definitely want to do that. I'm just going to figure out how all that works. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, let's just focus on the shop for now. So there's a bunch of problems with the shop still. Obviously, there's no animations. It's a very static screen. The price tags don't look that good. The price bags, as Adam pointed out. There's no animation. I think it would be fun to have like a hookah or something, like a hookah in the background, like smoking. Just like smoke rising out of it. I think that'd be super cool. Maybe give the shopkeeper just like a little bit of an idle animation so there's more movement there. These could be animated when I hover over them, I think. Maybe there could be a little bit of animation here, like maybe the cards could rise up off the shelf a little bit when you hover So yeah, there just needs to be more interactivity. The shop is very static right now. So animations obviously need to animate the shop in as well, but then also what? What was I saying? Oh, handling the currencies. So these are all just hard-coded currency labels. So I need an algorithm that determines what price the thing should be and also actually checks your currency to make sure you can purchase it. So there's a lot of work to do. I'm kind of tempted to just simplify the currency system for now. I think I might do that. I think I might just go to a boring, like, gold-based currency. Although, I would like to use something a little bit more thematic. Is there like a symbol for humorism? Let's see. I hope the Wikipedia article is not too graphic. Interesting. Let me just doodle. I'm just going to doodle something up real quick. I don't think this is going to turn out well, but let's just see. Let's just see here. That is not centered. Okay. This is not going to work. That is not going to work at all. Nope. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I kind of don't want to use like boring gold, but I also don't know how to... I don't know how to handle the currency system here. I suppose it's not something I need to worry about just yet, but... it's kind of an issue, I guess. What if when you go back, it refunds your cost if you didn't do it, I mean? Yeah, we could do that. So refund the cost of using the alchemy station if you go back. Or only charge you once you've completed it. Yeah, that would work. At least the gravestones look good. Oh, you're just fixing to start a fight. The mat rolling out with items hovering above what could have been cool. Yeah, I can do... I don't know if I could do like a mat rolling out, but I could definitely do like a slide in. I wonder how hard it would be. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing any frame by frame animation here, so if there was a rollout animation, it could be accomplished maybe to some extent with a shader, but I'm not sure. When I lived in Turkey for a year, there was a hookah bar in every corner. It fits for sure. Yeah. Also played a lot of backgammon. Yeah, I think, so like this merchant is definitely like Near East themed, like a nomadic Persian merchant kind of deal. Some kind of fire torch or candle near the hookah for a light flicker. IDK what the background is supposed to be. Don't take my ideas too seriously though. No, it's a good idea. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I definitely want some kind of motion on this on this screen here, but the prices are also important. Shoot, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about the currency. I don't know what to do. The tags are ugly. You know what? Maybe I should just rework the tags. I like the idea of the tags having strings attached to them, but the problem is that they need to be so large to fit the text on. So I'm almost wondering if it's like... Because like down here, they're just text, right? I wonder if it would just be better to just make them text, like with an icon. I thought the tags would look more interactive, like they're part of the scene, but... I mean, I could do like little plaques too, like little plaques hanging down from here that are horizontally aligned. That might look better. But then the question is, what do I do down here? Because this is not thematically consistent down here. If I have tags here but not tags here, it's kind of weird. I also don't want to do something like where you hover over it to see the price, because like that's just not a good experience either. Tags could work perhaps with a bit of movement side to side. Yeah. Yeah, that could work. All right, tell you what, I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break. I'm overdue for my break, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and take a quick 2-minute break, get a refill of my drink, all that good stuff. In the meanwhile, keep thinking about it. Give me your suggestions. Also, check out the links in the description below. Those are all the ways you can support my work. And again, the pinned comment here in the chat is a Google form where you can submit your Godot project as a candidate for me to feature it in a code review on this channel. So if you submit your project, there's a chance that I will create a video dedicated to basically constructively looking at your project from a technical standpoint. I'm not going to do any like game design reviews or anything, but I will take a look at the code and the technical layout of the scenes and all that stuff and provide feedback, whether it's positive or constructive criticism. And I think that'd be useful for my audience and for you. So if that's something that you're interested in potentially having me do, fill out that form. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Anyway, I'll be right back in 2 minutes and we will continue on with this work. All right, welcome back to me. I vote against tags. All right. We got one vote in. I think it looks fine personally. It just needs some character now with a bit of animation. Well, thank you, Craig, but I'm going to have to disagree with you on there. I actually don't like the tags. I mean, I like the concept of the tags. I don't like the way they currently look. They look very much out of place, but I appreciate that. What about when you hover the item, the merchant could say the price? Yeah, I mean, that's still the same problem as, like, I don't want the price to be hidden from the, like, it'd be very annoying to have to mouse over everything to see the price, and then, you know, like, you forget what the price of this one was, so now you gotta go back up here and hover over it. It's like, you know, I think it's a cool idea, but from a user experience standpoint, I think the prices need to be visible at all times. I think there's a lot of people working on games here. I get comments quite frequently that people work on their own projects while they either watch this stream or they watch the VODs and work. Hovering over to check the price is not fun. I'm working on a 2D shooter in GDScript. Oh, very nice. Spent way too much time trying to build the art in A-Sprite because I suck. Yeah, I mean, that's just one of those things, like, you know, you have to put in time and get better at it, but you will get better if you keep spending time on it. I started an RPG in Godot, and yeah, same building. Map design is challenging, but made a minigame inside it. Things are going pretty good. I've always loved the idea of minigames inside of games. I kind of wanted to do... I was very tempted to do like a blackjack minigame in Gunforge, but it was just going to take too much time, so I didn't do it. What about like a pirate gold style coins with a skull or something? Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about gold, it would have to be an icon about this size, so I don't know... I mean, I could try. Let's see. I'll just use this. Also, I don't really have a good gold color. That's kind of interesting. So let's do this. We're already off to a rough start. Can I even, like, put a skull effectively in this? I don't think the answer is yes. That could work. Nope, that just looks like a pudgy man. I mean, this is as close as I can get it, really. Just doodling. We're just doodling. Looks like a little space invader or something. I don't really have good gold colors, that's the thing. It's kind of funny. I think whatever coin I make, maybe I need to make this all a base color of green. That's not a very good color. Oh no, I don't really have good gold color. Yeah, this doesn't look like a coin at all. Wonder if I should use like black instead. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. This is not gonna work. There's no way to do it. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm just not. Something's not working here. I think I probably need to just look up some pixel art coin references. Although that doesn't look terrible now. It kind of looks too thick. If I just chop it down, that looks a little bit better. What happens if I do a more traditional, like, coin here? Nope. Nope, it looks awful. It looks awful. So I have no clue what I'm going to do about the currency. I have absolutely no clue. This doesn't look bad by itself. Just as like a gold or copper coin. But I don't think I'm going to be able to swing a design on it at all. I'm just exploring game dev with Godot with the help of ChatGPT, building a 2D platformer. Very nice. Yeah, I'm enjoying the AI assisted development so far. My kids just got me a poker set from Pirate Gold Poker, and instead of clay chips, it has metal medallions like pirate treasure, and it's freaking awesome. Yeah. That does sound cool. It's like, yeah, it's like Pirates of the Caribbean. The Aztec gold. You can just make it white and call it a soul essence or something. That is a good idea. I like blood as a resource, could lead to interesting mechanics around health as well. Yeah, maybe I should stick with blood. Just gotta want it, yeah. Curious about the progress bar used in your tower defense game. The way it looks so pixel-like, is it custom or can I achieve that look with default Godot progress bar? Are you talking about like the experience bar, Artem? Yeah, it's just a low resolution progress bar. There's nothing particularly interesting about it. I think in that game, if I recall correctly, the background is like 1 pixel wider than the interior progress bar. So the progress bar background has like a very nice frame around it that's like 1 pixel in all directions, and then the interior bar is just, yeah, basically just a solid color texture. It's very, very simple, but yeah, if you make a low resolution game, I think you'll get a very similar result. So the blood was better, yeah. I started a 2D platformer 1 year ago in Godot for my nephews, then life put it on the shelf. Oh yeah, well, that does happen. Just picked it up again and spent the weekend absolutely wrecking my entire game before it all clicked back together again last night. Now we're rolling again. Awesome. Yeah, getting back into an old project is a very interesting experience because you are lost for a long time, and then slowly but surely you start to get back in the hang of things. It's kind of fun, actually. I really like the blood as a currency. I was thinking, what if the items in the shop didn't have a set price, but a tire instead? Oh, a tier. And when you give more and more blood to the shopkeeper, he gives a higher tier item. Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Texture progress bar is a good thing to be familiar with, for sure. All right, so it seems like the consensus is that we should stick with blood as the currency. So I'll do that for now. That does create some interesting things, because I could potentially sacrifice some max health to get currency out of it. All right, I'll stick with blood. I think it's more thematic, and I'll find a use for it. The thing that's kind of like that I'm hesitating about is the blood was originally supposed to be part, like I said, of the 4 different currency types, which is the humors. But maybe I don't necessarily need to do that. I kind of wanted to lean into that humors kind of theme, but I don't think I need to. I don't really think that's necessary. All right, well, we'll just stick with blood for now, I suppose. Now we got to figure out what to do about these tags. These ugly tags. What are we gonna do? Let me doodle some things a little bit here. I'll get rid of this. Let me see something. Medieval price tag. Oh, it's literally just like a... Okay, well, it's not what I was really expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. I guess most people couldn't read anyway, so I don't know why there would be price tags at like a merchant stall. Interesting. All right, well, I'm going to declare that not helpful. The problem is the price tags are always going to be super large because of the text. So I just don't know if that's going to work. I just don't know if that's going to work. We could potentially do something like this instead. I don't know. I don't know. What does this look like if I put this here? That doesn't look terrible. So it's more like a wooden placard kind of thing. How do we feel about that? So let me do this. Duplicate. Oops. What didn't it duplicate? Does that look better? What do you guys think about that? Could be a creepy mechanic as well, like the shopkeeper keeping blood in a container, a cauldron, like health bar. Ooh, that is a good idea. Yeah, okay. You guys have convinced me that thematically the blood makes more sense. I do like the idea of having multiple currencies, especially as a rare type could be used for enchantment purposes. Yeah. What if he consumes blood from hookah? Ooh, smoking blood. That is an interesting thing. Weirdest thing about unpausing a project is that you still have the same problems, but your solutions might have changed or evolved. Oh, right, yeah. That's definitely the case. Yeah, when I got back into Gunforge, because Gunforge was on pause for like quite a while, when I got back into it, I was like, I rewrote a bunch of stuff because I was just like, no, I don't like any of this. Could be carved stones for price tags. That is an interesting idea as well. Give my boy more and more blood for different items we don't need no name tag. It does look clean. It's kind of cool. So we're lukewarm on the idea of having these placards here. I mean, obviously I would put more effort into the design here. Make him look a little bit more rough, you know? Maybe... I just make him look a little bit more rough. I don't know, something like that. I don't know if I even need this portion here. That does create kind of a nice separation though. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. It looks like a heck of a lot better than the tag bags. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how we feel. I mean, I do think that this looks a lot cleaner. And it still does have, like, it still feels like it's part of the environment. But I still like the concept of tags, but I guess this kind of accomplishes that, I suppose. You know what I could do too? when you purchase an item, I could have these like break off and like jiggle a little bit before falling down or something. I could give them some kind of animation. I think this is too uniform though. That is a little bit better. I almost wonder. I'm kind of approaching quit while I'm ahead territory. I just wanted to add a little bit more color into that part. I think that's probably okay. Hydration time, I got you, Roger. Ask GPT to create image low-res pixel art hookah filled with blood, main color purple, just as a test. Yeah, I might do that. I don't have all that stuff. I'm not logged in all that stuff right now. It got better at pixel art. Yeah, I did notice that too. I've seen some things on the internet, people posting how good it is at pixel art now. Low-res pixel art hookah filled with blood. I'll try this as well. Could reuse the tags elsewhere, so it's not to say that they've gone to waste. Possibly use the tags when an item is discounted. Interesting. Oh, discounting is an interesting idea. Anyway, I think what I'll do is I'll see what this looks like here. So I've still got the tags and I've still got the strings, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rename this to plaque. Is that how you spell? That's not how you spell it, right? Oh, it's this. Oh, okay. So it's the same word for the stuff that gets on your teeth as well as an ornamental tablet. Okay, cool. I should probably finish the job, so to speak. There we go. All right, let's take a look at this then. So these tags, unfortunately, get rid of that. Sprite 2D. Oh, it didn't work that time. Oh, it did. Oh, okay. I'll align it like that, I suppose. Okay. This needs to be... Why is that so weird? That needs to have an outline on it as well. Okay, well, whatever. Why is this not... Why is that so weird? Why is it aligning like that? Okay, well, whatever. It's fine. I guess what I'll do is custom minimum size Y10. There we go. Okay, let's see what that all looks like. Looks pretty good. Wish I could share it here. I almost don't want to see it because I'm going to feel bad about myself. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. That actually looks pretty good. You should just name the currency and things will cost 15 currencies. That is an option. GPT is a really good tool for sketching now. I like to ask before investing into art. Maybe I don't like it. Yeah, that is a good idea. I'm going to have to try that out. Might try that out later today. Okay, let me just get this blood icon outlined correctly. So, oh, this is an atlas texture. Humors, UI icon humors. I'll just take this. Blood.png. Why is this broken? Oh, whoops. Did I accidentally... No. Oh, it's still an atlas texture, that's why. There we go. All right, let's see how this looks. It actually doesn't look terrible. Actually, don't look. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. That actually looks nice and cozy. That actually looks nice and cozy. This is kind of weird. The lantern is like weirdly placed on this, but I don't think there's a better way to handle that. Posting links would be cool, but I guess it's not allowed due to modding. Yeah, I mean, I checked. I don't think I have control over that. I don't think, I mean, I think if I gave people like mod permissions, they'd be able to post links, but I don't know if there's a way to just generally allow links in the chat. Yeah, okay. I didn't know using GPT for concept art was such a common thing now, so I'm going to try that. I'm definitely going to try that. Yeah, it's good. You like the... I think the plaques look much nicer, honestly. They look a little bit... Yeah, they look much better. So I could add those to these as well. Now they need to swing. Yeah. Maybe when hovering over them, they could jiggle a little bit. I think animation... Maybe I'll save like the animation work for tomorrow's stream. I think that would be a very entertaining stream to do. As tempted as I am to work on animation in my free time, I think that would be good content for you all. Okay, so let's add plaques to this stuff now. I think I am going to need an outline, so let me just do this. Change tag art. So for these things, yeah, I'm basically going to want to copy this. So, okay, now we're getting into some trickiness here. So I am going to need an outline shader, this canvas group. This has a fade, material canvas group fade. No, that's not right. Outline .tres. Oh, this is off center now. I need to change this. Oops. Now these are all kinds of messed up. Oh goodness, these are all kinds of messed up now. I mean, I don't need them to be perfect. I think it's kind of cool when they're a little bit haphazardly aligned and not necessarily super consistent. So I might do something like that. Actually, I'm going to move this one up just a little bit. This is going to be a little bit difficult though. So that's cool. Doing the plaques for these ones at the bottom though. It's going to be a little bit annoying. Not gonna lie. Because I'm at the point now where I think I need to break these out into scenes, configurable scenes here. How do I want to do this? I definitely want to save this. Save branches, scenes UI, shop. I'm going to call this a price plaque. So now at least what I can do in here is I can do instantiate child scene, price plaque. I can get rid of this HBox container. And then, yeah, it would be like that. Let me just see what that looks like. And then I got to get the outline working, which means that I got to transform those. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Is it going to be a nightmare? Yeah, it's going to be a nightmare. It won't be that bad, I guess. Okay, that looks fine. So I just need to make these highlight as a unit now. which means I need to use the canvas group. I mean, maybe it's not that bad, because if I get rid of this alchemy outline, if I get rid of this upgrade outline, alchemy out, I'm just going to delete those. Alchemy outline, delete that. Upgrade outline. Oops, did I delete the right thing? Yeah. So what I would do now is instantiate a canvas group. I probably should make these their own scenes. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm using ChatGPT to generate every art I need, even the animation sprites. Results are need to be finished in Photoshop or Figma, but lets my learning focus on game dev, not asset dev. Awesome. Dude never blinks. Did I not blink enough? I'll make sure to blink extra right now. Plaques on the floor. Yeah, I mean, I could change the sprite to it to something else or make it look like it's being propped up in some way. Put them on apple boxes or like milk crates or something. Lurk again. Pedestals of some type. Oh, a pedestal might be a good idea. I thought they would just be like out on the floor in front of the rug, but if they were on a little platform, that's a good idea. Yeah, I like making my own art. I don't know if I would ever, I mean, not at least not yet, use generated art assets, but maybe in the future. Focus on the art, but exploration, yeah. I sure bet AI can make a better grave. I'm sure it could. I'm sure it could. AI can do a lot of things better than I can. At least you're persistent, yeah. No, merchant dude never blinks. Oh, I see, I see. I've been having a staring contest with him. Interesting. I mean, yeah, he's kind of like, I mean, the lore behind the merchant is that he's mysterious, and the reason why he's mysterious is so I didn't have to draw a face. He's got a little mask instead, which I actually think is, like, thematically appropriate. I really do like how this merchant turned out. I really do like that. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it just turned out good. I think you can tell that he's got like skeletal hands, and you can tell that he's sitting cross-legged. You can tell that he's got a mask. You can tell that he's got like a bandolier. Bandolier or whatever, however you would say it in French. I mean, knowing French, probably the second half of the word is silent, so it's just bando. But yeah, I like how he turned out. But yeah, so pedestals for those things, that's an interesting idea. I'm totally not doing this to procrastinate refactoring that scene. So let's just do like item pedestal. So there does need to be some depth to this, which might be a little bit annoying. Oops. But we'll give it a shot. So just get the basic colors down here. I do need this plaque. Oh, it's not wide enough. It's okay if it's a little bit off center though, I think it's fine. So this is actually looking okay, because if the plaque's gonna sit over it, then I actually don't need to make it super detailed. I actually don't need to make it super detailed. You know what I'll do? I'll just make this thicker like so. That's super basic, but if the plaque is going to just sit over it, I think that looks pretty good actually. W suggestion. Now the problem is this going to be enough separation? What happens if I do... Hold up a second. I almost wonder if that looks better. If I shouldn't use that lighter color and if I should just do like a big... Yeah, I think this is what I want to do. Now that looks great for the bowl, but let's see what happens when I duplicate this. And I move this over to the upgrade stuff. Oh yeah, no, I think that looks fine. So it looks like there's a little shadow under it now. And if I duplicate this plaque again, move this over. Yeah. Those are not aligned, but that's okay. And then this whole thing would be highlighted, so it would be highlighted as a unit. So let's get rid of that. Upgrade highlight, sign, shelf. Yeah. How do we feel about that? Do we like the plaques more? Maybe I should add a little bit of highlighting actually. Or not the plaques, the, whatchamacallit, pedestals. Maybe if I just add a little bit here. Yeah, I think that looks better. Now this down here, it's almost like there's not, yeah, there's not enough. Let's see. I'm not entirely in love with this section here. 1 second. Not entirely in love with this section here. No, I liked the sharper corners better. How do we like that? Oh, I kept that message up on the screen for far too long. I didn't say your suggestions were L. You're saying that because you liked your graves? Yeah, probably. Probably King, yes. I'm sorry. You're at like the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to opinions. I'm just kidding. I do appreciate the opinions. All of them, even the ones where you say you hate my graves. Even the ones that sting a little bit, it's fine. Yeah, it makes more sense for a shop to have their merch on something other than just the floor. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so. I think I like this version here. Definitely on the right track, I think, yeah. Flattery is the way to go, huh? I guess so. You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar, right? I do like this. Yeah, that was a good suggestion. W suggestion. Okay, so now I have to undo all the just absolutely unhinged copy and pasting that I did everywhere. For consistency, I'll just bring this out to the edge like so. That can stay the way it is. I might just chop this off to... Oops. Oh, of course I did that wrong. I'm getting so lost in this. Okay, item pedestal. I suppose I should give this an outline as well, because it's going to be highlighted. Okay, let's add that in here now. And we'll see how it all works together. Item pedestal. That's a new phrase for me, all right? Good. So I'll set the item pedestal here. And how do we do this? Like that, I think. Is that how I had it? I think so. So let's try to duplicate this here. It's going to be an absolute pain to standardize these scenes because, well, maybe not actually. Maybe I should not be so pessimistic about it. Okay, this is going to be all sorts of messed up when I run the game, but I have to fix that later. Oops. Yeah, that looks much nicer. That looks much nicer. I like it. I dig it. Adam. That's funny. Okay, cool. So, I am hungry, so I need to go eat lunch. But that was a good stream, very productive. Work on shop UI. So that was very, very productive. So thanks everyone for your suggestions. Thanks for your feedback, comments. And it was busy chat today, very lively chat. So that was fun. So again, everybody, if you want to support my work, you can check out the links in the description below. I have Gunforged available for sale. It's my first commercial release as a full-time indie developer. I also have my Udemy courses available for sale. Those will teach you how to build a game in the Godot engine. And again, check the pinned comment or the pinned message in the live chat. that is a link to a Google form where you can submit your Godot project as a candidate to be reviewed as part of a new series I'm doing where I'm going to do code reviews of Godot projects. So I'll make a 10 to 20 minute video potentially featuring your project where I just look at how the scenes are structured, how the scripts are written, and I offer my feedback and critique as, well, I guess somebody who has quite a bit of Godot experience. So if that's interesting to you, feel free to fill out that form. And let's see. Do I think a 120 millimeter? Yeah, I don't know. Would be able to penetrate 20 millimeter armor plate. I mean, my answer is if the round is moving fast enough, then yes. All right, thank you, Dusty. Have a good day as well. Thank you, Craig. Oh, also, I don't have a Discord. And thank you, Artem, for getting the course. And again, thank you to the VOD watchers and lurkers out there as well. I know you're watching, and I appreciate you. And I will see you all here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. I will probably be working on all of the animations for this shop screen tomorrow, so you probably don't want to miss that one. So, thanks again, everyone. Have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.